News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Well, actually, Linda worked in the World Trade Center. I was part of the terrorist task force in the first World Trade Center bombing, where we took out the terrorist cells at within Jersey City, and it was part of the team that dismantled the second bomb, which was meant for a target in New York City at the time. But the second one means, we lost almost 3,000 Americans. The parts of the nation that back there woke up in peace, and the whole entire country on our sunset was at war with an enemy that doesn't have a country, that has ideology, and that's kind of tough to beat. I lost friends, Port Authority police officers that we trained with, especially their Mercy Services unit. Members of the airport. Because Port Authority is the airport, we trained with them as well. I remember seeing a friend of mine, Inspector Anthony Fonte, who was interviewed during that event, and that was last I saw of him, and we were very close. We did a lot of training together, worked out a lot of the logistics for both agencies. And when we did a terrorist attack, we did a subway, we did a sarin attack in a subway. We worked very closely with these individuals because we were prepared for terrorism. We knew that this was not going to stop at the first World Trade Center bombing. They made a promise to come back and attack America again, and unfortunately, they carried out that. But I just want to say that, I know we lost friends and we lost firefighters and emergency responders and victims, but I just want to pay special tribute to those of Flight 93. Who basically were the first warriors. I said that, when we designed our patch actually is in remembrance of 9/11. So we remembered every day when we put a uniform on, what that meant to us as a country. And on our patch, Flight 93 has a brightest star because they were the first combatants in a new war on terrorism. And I think we forget that. We look at them as victims. We looked at them, but they were the first warriors, not the military, but they were the first warriors. And
they really did try to fight back, didn't they?
They did. They knew, they knew the odds were against them, but they felt that they weren't going to let the terrorists complete. They knew that they had complete other terrorist targets, and they were aware that. My understanding was they weren't going to let these terrorists take out another American target, and so they did themselves. They were the first warriors, and we have to give homage to the men and women, because since this event has occurred, we lost thousands of our military. Going through 3 to 4 different tours, we forget about them as well. But I just want to make sure that Flight 93 is remembered for being the first warriors in a new war on terror, and they were the ones who took the battle to the terrorists at that time on that flight.